Hey YouTube, it is the 15th of July 2025. Very hot week this week. I've actually just am off of 4 days of DJing car shows and other events out in the heat. So this is day 2 of my recovery from a very long hot weekend. But we pulled it off and we're in good shape. This is my Ojo scooter, friend of mine. Gave it to me, and we fiddled around with it. We did a video, maybe 2, on this thing, where I put a 10 amp hour battery in it and made it fully functional. But I'm finding that I ride this thing every day. I have already been to the south end of town today at my father-in-law's house because I had to look at something, and it's going to be real hot today, but it's nice and cool out this morning. It's a great ride, and it goes 20 miles an hour, so it's not like it's super slow. But quite honestly, I think I could outrun a couple normal vehicles getting there with this. I don't know, it's just easy to get around. Pulled it right up in his garage, looked at what I came to look at, helped him out, and hopped back on and boogied back home again. I can do that little ride to my father-in-law's house, and I could take it downtown, have lunch, or go to the bank, or other business or other errands. But then that's it. Battery is done at that point, and I wanted more range. So I went, sorry it's a little bit dark in here, but I got all the doors open because I got to try to keep it cool in here. I went on Amazon, and I found a 20 amp hour. If y'all are familiar with your metric system, that is milliamp hour. Why they have to go out this many places, I don't know. But if you get rid of the M and you get rid of 3 of those zeros, no more milli, just 20 amp hour, 48 volt battery. And we are going to add this to my scooter. Now, I know y'all don't have one of these scooters, this particular brand, but you may have a different brand of scooter. You have an e-bike, you have some sort of an electric vehicle, or maybe you even have a like an electric scooter, mobility scooter, wheelchair kind of thing, or something. So it kind of all applies. So this thing came from the factory with a ton of batteries in it. In fact, they're both over here. I didn't really prepare to show these to you, but anyway, let me take this off. So this was the battery below the floor. It is substantial. No, this is the battery that was up the seat post. This is the battery that was in the floor. And there was a lot of battery in this thing. Probably more battery than I'm even putting in it now. But this is what I have. So this is the seat post area. And this is one of the plastic bracket or housings or whatever for the battery. So if you get it in right like that. So it's going to look like that when it's done. I didn't have the key, so I don't have this thing goes on with a lock. I don't have any of that, so it's not going to be anywhere near a factory installation. It's just going to house the battery, and I might have to put a screw in it or some duct tape or something to hold that plastic body on here and get everything plugged in. So I have been working on this for a little bit this morning, kind of on and off. So I'll bring you up to speed of kind of what I've done on the previous videos and what we're going to do on this video. I'm not going to get into the real specifics on my specific scooter because I don't think there's that many of these things out there, so I doubt y'all have one like this, so it wouldn't really apply. But what I've done is obviously I pulled the old batteries out. I took the battery out of this tower, we'll call it, for this up the seat post. And we're going to put that 20 amp hour battery in that. What I had done in previous videos is strip the battery out of here and put this 10 amp hour battery here. The charger for this battery is just up in here. I just have this duct taped on. I intend to kind of clean this stuff up one of these days, probably this winter. And maybe put some paint on it. I don't want it perfect by any means because I need to be able to throw this thing in the truck, throw it in the van. This thing is super handy. I dropped off my Bronco last week to get a trailer hitch put on it, and to have the scooter you can just throw in and drop your stuff off. And hang on. is just pretty handy. Anyway, now we got this front cover off, and I just strapped that charger, hang on, right here. I have the other charger here. It looks like they're identical chargers, isn't it? They sure are. That's fine. Anyway, I put the other one here because there was room and the cord wouldn't be long enough to put it up here, I don't think. Maybe. But anyway, there's plenty of room for it here under this floor panel. It's got this cover here that goes over it. And I've got it fished up in here and pops out here. And this is a factory connector. And so I cut the connector, the mating connector, off of the battery. And I have put this connector on it to give it a disconnect. And I bought these on Amazon. I've got a whole bunch of them. I'm going to do this so you can find them if you want them. It's, what is it, 5 pairs of T-plug. Yeah. Anyway, I bought these again on Amazon. They weren't expensive. I don't remember what they cost, $10, something like that. And it gives me these quick connectors. So I could plug this into here. I could take the other side of this connector, cut this connector, the yellow one, off, put the female version of this connector on, then I'll have something I can plug in. Okay, I couldn't find these. I don't know why. The other battery had one too. Oh, I got this. I did get this adapter, but it was wrong for me. I couldn't. I wanted to be able to plug this in and have that, and then I bought the connectors. Well, I didn't get the right end of it. I needed a male. It was a female. I don't know. Anyway, can't use it. Oh well. I can use this, okay, with this, and just plug them in. So I'll be putting this here, like so. Might shorten those wires up just a little bit, and then the charger plugs in here. Okay, and I bored out this hole so I could get everything through there. I put this in here. I just wrapped it in bubble wrap. I had to take some of these vanes out because there was a bulge on the back of this battery, but that's okay. And then I cut actually some bubble wrap that came in the package for this battery, and shoved it in there, and it fits very good. So now when I put this all together, nothing will rattle around. It won't move around. That's good. I showed you what I'm going to do with this. This is just for the charger, which is here. I can pull this wire back from here. I'll probably put some shrink tube over that so it doesn't come apart on me. And then I got to tuck them in this little recess here with that other plug all in there. So it's going to be a little bit tight, so we'll get the charger done first. We'll get it buried back in here. And then we'll get this thing plugged in. This has some little bitty plugs, was for the old charger and for something else. I don't know what it was, but we're not using those. So in this adjoining pigtail, this here, I'm not using, because again, I don't have to charge through that cable. So if I could leave it plugged, leave it attached, I will. I went online trying to get the correct batteries for this thing. Couldn't get them. They'd have probably been horribly expensive anyway. This scooter did cost $2,200 when it was new. So I found on the internet, Ford Motor Company bought the company, and then they didn't do anything with it. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we are going to proceed and get this battery and stuff in. I've shown you how it's going to go, and then I'll put it in off camera, and then I'll jump back on and I'll show you everything completed. I have run probably half, well, not quite half this battery down, in running over to my father-in-law's this morning. But anyway, we're going to get it back on the road very, very soon. For the 120 volt version of this plug, I just need to fish. This is the plug for this charger. Plugs in there. I think I'll just get a short extension cord. And there's plenty of room up here to coil things up. And I'm just going to pop the extension cord out the plastic. It's working fine for me. and I think we'll just roll with that. I thought about putting a recessed plug in here, but then I have to have, you know, a proper extension cord to plug that in. But with just a cord hanging out, I can use anything. And I have cord reels at my house and here at the barn. I'll show you real quick. So here at the barn, remember I got electric vehicles, so yeah, this one's the Harbor Freight one. I like it real well. It's got a triple plug on it, and if I had a recessed plug, I wouldn't be able to use the triple. I could make a cord like I've done here for my electric pickup, and I might do that. But anyway, if I just have a cord hanging out, all I got to do is grab my retractable and plug it in, and then unplug it, and then retract it. Again, got one at the house too, so when I come and go, it saves me a little bit of time and keeps things off the ground and make it neater and so forth. So yeah. So let me get working on this thing because I do want to get it done today. It's going to get close to 100 degrees. Tomorrow's supposed to go over 100 degrees. That's very, very rare for us, but it's going to happen. And I want to take this thing for a ride before it gets too hot. So ready, set, go. All right, boys and girls, I think we're ready to reassemble or assemble this thing. I'm going to just leave you on a stand. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what's going on. So I'm going to plug this connector in and try and bury this in the floor area best we can. Then we're going to get this thing together. In fact, I should do that first. Let me put this thing together so we can get it put on, plug the charger in. I got some shrink tube ready. And then once we get that other connector in, all we have to do is plug this in. I have this connector changed. This connector's here, and this connector's here. So we're just about there. When I took this apart, I broke a lot of it, but there's still a few intact screw positions that will work. This was difficult to get apart because I didn't know how it was put together. Some of it was broken before I got it, some of it I broke. It doesn't matter. Okay. There, it fits tight though. Let me get a few screws in this and I'll bring you right back. Alright, I've got some screws in there. That's enough to hold it anyway. Let's see if we can do this charge cord. Get them close. I know it's going to completely block you, but we're just going to plug it in like that. And then move the shrink tube up. And I unplug it. Okay. Come on. Okay. Now we'll heat it up. Right. Now we'll plug in this pigtail. Okay, we're going to shove it under the floor. Well, yeah. Hopefully there's enough for the charge cord. Enough room, I mean. Okay, should be. And then plug this in. I expect like a spark. This thing does that when it's plugged in, so don't freak out. Ready? Okay, it didn't spark. I'm going to turn on the scooter.
Ojo on.
Okay.
Ojo off.
This appears to be okay. Alright, now then. Is there room for the rest of the connectors below the floor? Feels good so far. There's a little room in this battery pod thing too, so I'm shoving wires both directions. Okay. Okay, should fit a little farther down. I'm going to get a rubber hammer and convince it to go home. There. That's there. What's that? Okay, this is complete. I just got to put the front end back on, but I wanted to show you what I did. Again, I took an extension cord here. Okay, I tied it around there so it has something stable in case it gets pulled on. Kind of tie wrapped it away, and then I stuck it in here. I put both chargers, plugged both chargers into it. Got plenty of slack. I hope I didn't shorten up the headlight wire. No, it's fine. I can put this front end back on. Once again, I'm only going to duct tape it on because I still need in there, and there's a lot of screws. And not all of them, not all the screw holes are any good. There are a few of them been pulled out. This thing hasn't had a charmed life or anything, and I still want to paint it one of these days. I get some real time, but anyway, let me get this front end back on, and then we need to plug it in and let it charge, because again, I rode it pretty good today, and I don't know how charged the new battery is. So yeah, let's do that, and I'll bring you back a little later. Well, boys and girls, it is the next day. I actually rode this quite a bit yesterday afternoon, but I never gave it an opportunity to get both batteries fully charged, so it has charged all night, and I'm gonna ride it a bunch today. I don't know if I really have a way to figure out how many miles I have traveled, but I did do a little comparison. I was out at Costco yesterday, and they have these e-bikes, and I had a look at them and looked at the specifications on them, and they operate on the least one I looked at, 8.7 amp hour battery, and they're claiming 20 miles, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. So anyway, I started off with 10 amp hours, now we have 30. But then you're also at the mercy of how do they really rate the batteries that you buy. So I don't know how close to 30 it really is, but then again, you're kind of comparing to everybody else's, and they probably all take liberties with their specifications. So I'm going to do a bunch of riding on this. I'm going to kind of estimate how many miles that I've traveled today, and I think I'll run it until it's dead, and and push it home. Done that many times, and kind of go from there. So yeah, first time I'm kind of looking at it with the other battery box attached. Looks okay. Obviously this thing's very ugly, and it really deserves some cleaning up and maybe a little bit of a paint job, but I don't want to make it too nice because I need to throw it in the back of the truck and haul it places, or throw it in the van and allow me to take the van to an event, ride the scooter home, and get another car, because I do car shows and stuff, and I can't show all my cars because I can't drive two, but I can drive that one with the scooter in it, ride the scooter back, and get something else. So that's what we're gonna do. So today I'm gonna ride the scooter. I'm gonna estimate how many miles I've gone, and really I can get a feel for how much farther I can go than I used to could. How's that? All right, I'll bring you back when I got something to tell you. All right, back from a little trip. Went by my father-in-law's house, my house, and kind of made a big loop, kind of come back. Probably in that 4 or 5 mile range. And I still have plenty. I'm not sure if you can see this gauge or not. It is so much a sun. Oh, here you are. 51.5 volts still, and that's good. I know I'd be down to in that 48 volt range before I added the other battery. So I got a customer coming. I have this 64 Cushman, a golf cart out here in the yard, and I needed to sell it. I'm trying to make some room, and fund other projects, kind of thing. And then they're tearing up the street in front of my house. doing stupid fiber, so somehow we got to be able to, you know, load, if the guy buys it, load up the golf cart. Anyway, told a potential buyer that they're working on utilities in my cul-de-sac. So anyway, we'll do some more riding after a bit, and I'll let you know. All right, boys and girls, I did sell the golf cart and took it to town north of here called Kaiser, Oregon. And yep, it's delivered, it's done, moving on. Then I came back here to the shop and grabbed the scooter. I went by the house because we're trying to deal with some stuff and couldn't get through all of it, but we got some stuff started, and then took it to Del Taco for lunch and rode back. Still very good charge. It has a lot of authority. I'm gonna push this, see if I can read it. Have 50.9 volts. Can you see that? Yeah, something like that. 50.9. So we still got plenty of charge. I'm getting pretty happy with its range because I want to be able to ride it throughout the day without having to plug it in. So we're in good shape. We're not done yet. It's getting hot. It was supposed to be earlier in the week. They said it was going to be 102. Turns out I think it's just going to be like 98, 99. So way cooler than I thought. I am actually fueling up the bus. I'm going to go get another can of diesel. And then use my stick pump to pump into the bus, and then I have drained the fuel out of the generator gasoline tank, so I can put fresh non-ethanol in that. This is non-ethanol fuel was in it, but it's a year old non-ethanol, possibly a little over a year. So anyway, I've been draining it out. It's pretty easy. I just disconnect the fuel line, and there's a squeeze bulb like you'd see in a boat to prime it. And yeah, so I've got 2 cans, like 2.5 gallon cans, maybe 2 gallon cans full of non-ethanol year old. I'm gonna dump that in a tracker, take those cans, go get some more non-ethanol, get a 5 gallon can of diesel, try and get rid of this pallet to where I took it from because I don't need it anymore. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next hour or so. Yeah, I want to put like 20 gallons in this 165 gallon tank of diesel. Now that diesel is at a premium price, now it's time to buy it. Yep, here we go. Boys and girls, it is the next day, and I did not charge the scooter last night because I really want to run it till I have really low battery. I have 50.6 volts still today. So this thing will go down below 48, so in the like 46.5 volts or something before I'm concerned about running out. So I still have a lot of battery left, so I'm gonna take it out about a 3-mile loop this morning and see how it does, see how much battery I have when I get back. So check in when I get back. Well guys, I took it on another run out past my father-in-law's house, which is clear to the south end of town, back by my house to see if my concrete crew is working today, and so far they are not there. Yesterday was 98 degrees, so I could see them taking yesterday off, and they did. Not sure where they are today. Anyway, did really good. It was just starting to feel a little bit weak on the way back. We have 48.1 volts, which means I could probably do that run again. So have I tripled my capacity? I think I have, and then some actually. I normally give up riding this thing because I know the battery's low. Now I'm giving up riding this thing because I don't want to ride it anymore for a while, for an hour or two or something. So anyway, I think I can go anywhere. I think I can go anywhere. I can do like a circle around the town I live in, and anywhere in between without running low on battery. And that was the goal. So I've at least met my goal. I think I've actually exceeded my goal, because I think I can do that run I just did, a few miles, again. So if you see another video on this thing in the future, it's going to be we'll clean this thing up and maybe put a little bit of paint on it. Again, I don't want to make it super nice because I just really want to use it. I do want to make it a little more presentable, and that should be pretty easy to do, but I think we'll do it in the winter time because I do like to use this thing. We'll take it to lunch and do whatever, run for parts, run to the post office, run to the bank, those kinds of things, which are, clear across town. And if it's a nice warm day, this thing's pretty nice. It gives you a chance to kind of cool off a little bit. I got to get over and work on the Mystery Machine a little bit. Got some audio equipment I need to change out. Get ready for cruising tonight. And we're going on a little vacation next week, and then we'll be back. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification because I do videos about 1 a week. And that video is going to go live every Sunday, 6 a.m. So stay tuned for more. We get into the winter time, we get a little bit slowed down. We might pick it back up to 2 videos a week, and kind of go from there. So guys, thanks again. We'll see you on the next video.